So it's August 27th. I got out of work today. It's Thursday. I didn't have anything to do after work. Kids were all gone. Wife was still at work, so I headed down to the property here in Hillsdale. I'm going to pull some camera cards, get one last look at intel before what we call the quiet period. We stay off the property for the month of September. I got about 7 cameras to check here. It's a new farm. We're trying to get as much information as we can before the season starts. Got some good shooters. We got one that we call Big Johnson, another one that we call Corkscrew, and another one we call Daggers. And then we have a real nice up-and-coming buck that is known as Young Boy. He's just a 2.5-year-old 8-point, but he's very impressive for 2.5 years old. But he's on the do not shoot list. Corkscrew, he's a 3.5-year-old. We might let him go to be 4.5. That's still debatable at this time. We'll probably see how that one goes when he's standing in front of us. So right now we're gonna go check a few cameras. I got 3 cameras moved. Gotta check a couple stands one last time, make sure they're safe before the season starts. And my next trip out here will be with my bow in my hand. So we're getting closer. Just almost a month away. It's gonna be an exciting year. Lime Creek Outdoors. We got more guys in the field with cameras. We should lay some good footage down this year, so we'll see you guys soon. Back in the spring, I talked about creating a clover plot, and kind of went through some of the stuff that you want to do. Well, where I'm standing right now is a clover plot that was part of a CRP program that they couldn't plant. So we got permission from the government to allow us to come in here and plant a clover plot. So we did our cereal grain mix that we talked about, and planted the same clover mix into it that we talked about, the Ladino, the red, and the Alsike and crimson. And this is what it looks like now. This is just gonna be a great food plot for years to come. It's like perfect location. Got deer bedding right back here behind us. Probably got bedding back here and on the neighbors. And down over here in this corner, it's gonna be a great spot. We got a couple of good ambush points without pressure in this. We can get in and out of here pretty easy. It's gonna be exciting. Okay, we're about ready to go back into the stand, so I want to show you guys our access trails. Get back here. This one access trail has one downside to it. You have to pretty much cross a little bit and walk about 10 yards on a trail. We expect the deer to come down, but that's why we do extreme scent control. It's nice and clear. I shouldn't brush up against anything on my way in, but it should be nothing more than my boots touching the ground, and those never see anything but dirt. Don't wear them in the car. Don't wear them in the gas station. Keep them in a airtight, well, not airtight, I keep them in a Rubbermaid tub. I douse them with activated carbon powder. Keep them sprayed down. So I do my best to keep the scent, keep the scent off of them. So this is a pretty sensitive spot. It's pretty much an all-day spot, or most of the day. It's a good travel corridor between bedding areas, and it's even a good corridor to get them to go to food. So let's go in there and check it out. At the end of this trail here, we have to cross the creek and then go up the bank, and then stands right there, about another 10 yards up from the creek. The reason we don't use the creek to access is because in order to get back to the creek, we got to walk through a lot of ground to get back in there. So, and it's just too thick to come in from the top. It's just too thick, and it's not really a creek. It's more of a runoff up there. So that's why we cross right here. Quickest and easiest way to get in sometimes is the best. Back here in the timber, I'm actually standing on a deer travel corridor that we created, and this is one of the, I think on this farm. I think this is the only stand we have to actually walk on a deer trail to get to the stand. There was really no other way to get back to it that made any sense. This would be the shortest way, leaving the least amount of scent. If we had gone the other way, we got to go through a lot of sensitive areas to come in from the back, so there's a lot of, we really don't want to mess that up. So this is the quickest way in on this particular stand, and I just want to show you this corridor a little bit. Just another thing I want to tell everybody is, I talk about creating deer travel corridors to kind of help create some movement on your property and into your favor. And I talked about how you make it secure with the hinge cutting and nice and thick and clear trail. We'd come in here and sprayed with Roundup or glyphosate, and kept keeping the trails trimmed back. You get the multiflora rose wants to grow over the trails, so we come in probably twice this summer and cleaned it up a little bit. I just want to show you guys what it looks like now. It's almost September. It's August 27th, so this is we're pretty much done, and these deer are going to be hitting these trails big time come hunting season.